Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and it's another week of preserving, freezing, canning, drying, doing whatever you need to do. Get a little bit done every day for the Every Bit Counts challenge. If you're not familiar with it, it was started by Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead a few years ago. She's been doing it every year. It's a great challenge. It gets you motivated to feel like, on days where you think I'm not going to get anything done. I've worked all day. I've been with kids all day. I've done this, done that. And then, you take maybe 15 minutes to do something and put it in the freezer, 15 minutes to put it in the dehydrator. A couple hours you got a little time to do in between things, and you can maybe can something just a little bit here and there, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or you got an hour and a half. So anyway, if you hear noise, my lawn's being mowed right now. So perfect timing. Anyway, so I will leave the hashtag down below. It's like a series, so if you click on that, you're going to go to everybody's that's included in this challenge, and you will see all kinds of recipes and all kinds of ideas and inspiration for you to preserve your gardens, your clearance produce or meat, or different recipes that you can try out, just different ideas for different things that you may not think. You may think cucumbers, pickles, just pickles, lots of pickles. There's different things to do with cucumbers. So I do not have, if you're new here, I do not have a garden. I have flowers, that's about it. But I don't have a food garden, but I get mine from different sources. So I get them from my friends that have gardens that will give me extras. I also use Flashfood. If you've never heard of that, I'll leave their link down below. There is a discount code if you want to use it. See if it's in your area. It's clearance, meat, food, different products, stuff like that. So I get a good amount of produce. Farmers market, great place. Work with your local farmers, ask them for a bushel of tomatoes or whatever. So that's where I get my stuff from, and I feel I get good deals. I'm not gonna go excessive with them, and it's just my husband and myself. So anyway, enough blabbing. I don't know really what I have prepared for this week. I do know I have cucumbers that I want to use up doing something with, and not pickles. Apples and strawberries. That's it for right now, but I'm sure something else is going to come out. Maybe some carrots. Okay, so, hey, Every Bit Counts challenge. Let's see what we come up with this week at preserving for our little tiny homestead here. Oh, and here comes Mouth, so I got to go. If you're not familiar with Mouth, this is Zipper. He's hungry, so he's going to eat over there. And he usually chimes in from time to time, or just gets right in my business. So anyway, cheers. Okay, so tonight we're gonna can up some enchilada sauce. I kind of wing my spices, just so you know. Spices, if you've never canned before, I'm gonna pressure can this for about 20 minutes, but spices intensify when you pressure can, just so you know, or when you can. So I came home at lunch. I put a whole bunch of aroma tomatoes in here. Normally I would slice them or dice them, or at least cut them down a little bit and throw them in the crock pot. I didn't have time, so I just threw them in the whole way. I'm going to use an immersion blender a little bit, but for right now they've been going on low for about 2 hours. I just turned it up to high when I got home, and you can see they're, I'm going to crack that here. Let me just take this. They're pretty good, but I want to put in some other, I didn't have time. Mom at lunch didn't have time to add some extra stuff. So I want to go at least another hour and get these flavors in. So I'm putting in an onion. I'm going to put in a couple of garlic cloves, because remember, I don't need to chop it right now because I'm going to immersion blend it, or you can put it in a blender, food processor, whatever you have later on. So now I'm going to add, where's my cumin? It's a little hot over here. Crock pot's going. Hold on. I gotta find my, oh, that's right. Gotta refill my other thing. Okay. I'm gonna add some cumin in here. I love cumin. Love it. Oh God, it smells so good. I am gonna add a little, I have jalapeno powder If you have jalapenos, go ahead and put those in. I don't have any right now. I used them in my salsa and something else, and the rest of them are at the camper, so I don't have them here at the moment, so I'm just gonna use it like it is right now. Chili powder. A little chili powder in there. I already have a little bit of salt in there, but I'm gonna put just a little bit more. I put salt in when, so these are just tomatoes. I just put the whole tomatoes in there, and you can see how soft and tender they are already in the crock pot. This is how I do a base for a lot of my things. I'm not about peeling them and all that stuff. It's up to you. You can obviously do that. It takes a little longer. I think that's it. I put garlic in. I think that's it. So I am going to put this back on, and it's on high. I'm going to let go for another hour, and then we can immersion blend it and get it canned up. And we have our enchilada sauce. Okay, so it smells amazing in this house. I wish I could just eat it right now. So we're gonna just immersion blend or throw it in the blender, do whatever you need to do. Okay, you can see it's all done. My jars are all clean and sterilized. This is hot, so we want our jars to be hot. So they are pretty warm. I'm gonna put some more hot water in them just to make sure. And let's get this going. Yeah, hold on. Are you sad because I'm not paying attention to you? It's okay, you can tell people. I know. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so I have a bag of apples, green apples that I got from Flashfood for $2, you guys. So I'm going to cut these up. This is my next project. We're going to do applesauce, and we're low on applesauce in our pantry, so I think I'm going to have like a few apple pear sauces left, maybe a couple apple sauces, and we use them on my husband's lunch a lot. So I'm going to make strawberry applesauce. So I'm getting the, and I do it in the crock pot, and then I will can it up later. Okay, so I also want to show you, I got this bag from Flashfood of strawberries. Look at them. Yum! So that's why I decided, oh, I'll make strawberry applesauce. So, or strawberry applesauce. There we go. So, I'm going to use some of these for that. So then I'll still obviously have to preserve these later on in the week. But we'll see what we come up with. So let's just go ahead and get some of these chopped up and put them in the crock pot. You can see the crock pot has got them in it right now. And I'm just going to set it on low for 4 or 5 hours. I'm on my lunch right now, so I'm trying to do this real quick and get back out the door. Okay, so I just halved them up. I don't peel my apples. I immersion blend everything at the end. So, I'll get my applesauce. I'm going to put in half a cup of water. I know there's strawberries in this. I'm still going to put a hint of, just a hint of cinnamon. Yeah. And my husband's not a huge fan of cinnamon, so we don't put too much in it. I'm going to put a little bit of sweetener. We don't use sugar. I don't think I need that much because this is all fresh. So, I'm going to stir that all in. And I just put in, off camera, a teaspoon of lemon juice. And I'm just going to put it on low and let it go. And then when I get home, I can immersion blend it. I can let it sit for a while. Sorry, someone's crabby because he ate all his lunch too fast. And then we'll get it canned up. Okay, so I'm running out of room on my counter here. But there they are. It doesn't look pretty, but it'll be okay. It'll be pretty here in a minute. I'm just going to set you down. I'm still in my clothes getting home from work. Hey. And I haven't changed yet, but I will. But I got to use my time wisely. And just so you know, it is, I'm in Michigan, extremely hot today for Michigan. It was 80 some degrees, but the real temperature feel is like 106, I think, because of the humidity and everything else. And we haven't really had too much humidity. I'm not complaining. I like all my seasons and all my temperatures. But I'm glad I did this in the crock pot, and I did a pork roast for dinner in the crock pot, so I don't have to cook at all. And, what? That's his drawer right there. Can you see that? And he knows there's snacks in there, and I already fed him. Okay, let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, let's immersion. Sure you get the skins, but it's cooked on high. At lunchtime I came home, so it's been probably 4.5 hours on high. Good. So I've never done strawberries in the applesauce before. I want to do blueberries, but I've done pears and applesauce together. But this is good. It is so good. It's not that you get a real strong strawberry taste, and I guess you would if maybe you put more strawberries in, but oh my gosh, that's good. Num 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 num. All right, so we're gonna water bath. I'm gonna get them jarred up real quick. Water bath can them for 15 minutes. Okay, there's the enchilada sauce. Aren't they beautiful? It's been the next day. So they've been sitting out long enough. Now I'll take the rings off, never store them with the rings on, and I will write on them so they can go downstairs. Okay, so tonight we're gonna make some, I have cucumbers, like English cucumbers. Can you see this? I know this is bad. I'm gonna dehydrate them, but I'm gonna put seasoning salt on them and let them dehydrate so I can make like little cucumber chips. I got 3 of them, 3 of the English cucumbers. You can use regular cucumbers, obviously, but I got them in a Flashfood box, and I don't want them to go bad. I actually have 4, but the one is really good still, so I'm going to use that this weekend. But I thought I'd get some of these chopped up. What I'm doing here is put them on paper towel, and then I'll put another piece of paper towel over top of them and blot them and get as much moisture off them as possible. Put them on the racks, and then I'll put the seasoning salt on them, or whatever you want. If you want garlic powder on them, if you want, you can do them like salt and vinegar, anything like that. And we're going to dehydrate them. I used a mandolin to cut them so they're all even. They're probably going to take a good 12 to 15 hours to do. So I wanted to get them started tonight, so then maybe tomorrow when I come home, they might be done. If not, I'll just keep them going. They'll be fine in the dehydrator, and I'll get them in the next morning. So it's so easy with a mandolin. Just watch your fingers. Let's see. Nice, huh? So. Okay. I took the little, I don't know where my little holder is. And I also took the little, make sure you don't cut your fingernails, the tip of it off. I wasn't thinking when I did it this last time. So I'm just blotting some of these, and I'll get another piece of paper towel. Get as much moisture out as possible. So I'll do these ones here and put them on the tray, and then do the rest. Okay, so I got this on Amazon. It was such a big container, but the carne asada. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to have just some, I mean, I don't use it very often, so I thought it'd be fun to sprinkle it on here and have a little bit of a different taste. So that's what I'm going to put on these. Like I said, you can put any seasoning you want. Chili powder, garlic powder, taco seasoning, just salt and pepper. It's going to make a mess. Probably should have done it with paper towel, but you know, you live and you learn. So it is what it is. And then we're gonna put them in the dehydrator. Now my dehydrator is just kind of old school, whatever. I don't get to change the settings or the temp. It's one setting, one temp. It goes at it, and usually by the next day, good 12 hours, if not a little bit longer, it is ready. Sometimes, you know, 15, 20 hours. But it's quiet. I can't hear it. It's out of the way. And it works for me. I just use it, get it done. Okay. I think that's good. Looks yummy. Oh my god, I barely use any of that, you guys. Jeez Louise. Okay. Okay, here we go. I leave the vents open just a little bit, and it gets the job done. I only have 3 layers in here. I do have 2 more layers with this little contraption here, dehydrator. I don't have anything to put on them at the moment. Tomorrow I might have something to put on there. Right now I'm just going to do these. So hey guys, this week did not go as planned. I'm sorry it's dark. Let me get into some better lighting. But just want to be real with you. We lost power. We had a tornado hit down a few miles away from us. Our yard is fine. Our house is fine. We're all fine. We're great. Our whole neighborhood is fine, but we just don't have power. We haven't had power in days. So I can't do anything. I will tell you this, that we are very blessed to have our camper is only, 5-7 minutes away, and they do have power. So, I'm out of breath. I just went downstairs. So I keep coming back. I'm leaving Zipper at the house. I just keep coming back and make sure his water and his food is good. Hang out with him for a little bit and then go back to the camper, So I visit him a few times a day. And he's fine. He's running around like a little maniac. He's on vacation because mom and dad aren't home. So I do have some plums, stuff like that I want to, or plums and more apples to do more applesauce with plums in them, stuff like that, but it's not a dire need. My fridge, I've lost everything in my refrigerator. We don't have a generator. We do, but I don't know how good it really works, whatever. Right now, they keep pushing off the time to get the power back on. It went off Thursday night. It was supposed to go on Friday night. It's now Sunday night and nothing. And it's pushed till 11 o'clock tonight. I'm sure it's not going to be on tonight. They are out working. They're doing a great job. They're trying their best, So a lot of my friends are without power, everything. So, and it's like everywhere. But at least we didn't lose anything. We didn't have any trees come down or anything. So we're very blessed that way. So I'm not going to complain. I haven't even opened my freezer out in the garage because I'm just not going to. I don't want to deal with it. I think right now it might be okay. I opened my my big freezer in the garage. I opened my mini freezer downstairs and just real quick open it up. Now the sub pump stopped working. So we got water in the basement, so we have to deal with that. There's not a lot, but there is water. I can walk down there with shoes, but there is water. So that's not going to be great. But it is what it is, and we're fine. So I opened the mini freezer downstairs, and everything is still rock hard. So I shut it really quick, and I'm hoping it still ties me over for a day or two, and we can get this power back on. So I'm hoping the freezer in the garage is the same way. And it's been cooler temperatures here, so that is another blessing. So, yeah, but I did go downstairs because we're staying at the camper, and then we have hot water here. Like, I can shower here and everything else. I just need to bring a power box to do my hair and stuff, but to go to work. But I went downstairs, so this is why you can, people, for things like this. So I have plenty of ugly chicken down there. I have videos on that if you want to see that. I have plenty of beef. Oh my God, Zipper is running around like a little maniac. And of course his little feet are all wet from downstairs, so he's having a blast. So I went downstairs, but this is what you can in emergencies when you need things like this. So I have hamburger soup down in the basement. So I went down, that I canned it in March. Went down and grabbed a jar so we can have. Are you serious right now? Hold on. Will you settle down? Are you excited I'm home? Jeez Louise, child. Yeah? Oh, now you're all quiet. Okay. Anyway. So I thought I'd go grab this so my husband and I can have lunch. We don't need dinner tonight because we went out. We were at a swap meet today, and we went out to eat with some friends. So we ate a lot. So we're not even hungry. And that was like a late lunch, so we're good for the rest of the night at the camper. So, and I have some food at the camper, but I am going to use this for lunches tomorrow. So this is why you can. So if I needed ugly chicken or any of that stuff, it's down there. Yeah, so that's a blessing that we do this, right? I got a candle going right now. I'm going to take off here shortly and head back to the camper. I do have some stuff to make chili. I think I'm going to throw that in the crock pot at the camper. I'm debating whether I want to take my stuff to can there because obviously I have electricity. I just got to take a few bigger objects, right? The canner and maybe a bigger crock pot. I just have a little crock pot there. So a bigger crock pot to put the applesauce in and stuff. I do have carrots I need to do too, but they're in the fridge. And, I think the carrots might be okay. I don't know. I keep thinking one more day, and then it's still another day. So whatever. So I don't know how long or exciting this video is going to be. I just want to give you a real update that why I couldn't do much this week, but at the same time, it's a blessing because I get to use stuff that I have already canned and just heat it up. Got a hair. Heat it up in the microwave or heat it up on the stovetop when I get back to the camper, and I can put that in containers, and him and I will both have lunch tomorrow and not have to eat out and not have to pay money, and that's fine. Yeah, so I just wanted to update you a little bit. Maniac up there. And I gotta freshen his water and put some more snacks out for him, and then I think I'm gonna head back before it gets too dark to the camper and decide if I'm gonna can anything or not. Might as well, right? I feel so, I'm bored and useless at the moment because I like to use every moment of my time, and when there's time where I can just sit down and relax, and I sit down and relax. But I feel like I've relaxed a lot in the last few days. I need to do something. I'm going nuts. So I'm thinking I may take a project. I think I might. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. All right. Just want to give you an update. Okay. Surprise. It's the next day. Power came on late last night. So I knew the minute I took a whole bunch of stuff to the camper to do stuff at the camper, take it all there, the power would come back on. Yay. So, but I have a few things in the freezer. Just so you know, my main freezer and my freezer downstairs, perfectly fine. Everything is still solid, frozen. Thank you. Thank you, God. So, my freezer that's hooked to my fridge, some things are a little soft and whatever, and I know they can stay at a certain temperature for a certain amount of time. Pretty much probably a good chunk that I'm going to toss. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. There are some wings that are still partially frozen, but they're starting to thaw, so I'm going to use those for dinner tonight. So, might as well, right? But I thought instead of doing my applesauce right now, another applesauce, I'm going to do my veggie broth, because this is starting to thaw out in that freezer. And so I thought, okay, I'll just put it in the crock pot. I've been putting it off, so this is the time. So those are scrap veggies from peppers, celery ends, onion skins, all kinds of stuff. You just throw them in a bag when you're done with it, and keep the scraps in the freezer. And once you got a full bag, then you put them in the crock pot with some water, and you can add some garlic, stuff like that, and you have your own veggie broth to can up. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to put it in before I go to work. I'm all ready for work. My house is a mess. So when I get home at lunch, I'm going to tidy up some, and then tonight when I get home. So I'm going to put this just on low and let it go all day. It'll smell amazing when I get home, even though I won't be any food. But we can can it up when I get home. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to add some salt in. You can put broth in here if you wanted to, but I mean, we're making broth. So what we're going to do is cook this down, and then we take a strainer and strain all this out, and then we have the broth. So I'm going to put, some salt. I'm going to put some pepper. I did put a little bit of garlic in there already. Let me see. Okay, so you just put enough broth, I keep saying that, enough water in to kind of cover the veggies. And then we put this on low, or you could do it on high for a few hours, for 4 hours or something. I'm going to do it on low and let it go for a good 7 to 8 hours. So after work, we will take care of that. Okay, so this does not look like much, and actually looks quite disgusting. I get it. But I'm going to pull out as much of this, squish it down, get the flavor out. It's been going for hours. I'm out of work now, so I'm just coming to, I'm just going to put it in a garbage bowl and get down to the broth. It kind of smells like French onion soup. I had leftover green beans in here, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna, my jars are hot. They're sterilized, hot and ready to go, because this is hot, so you always want to keep it the same temperature, right? We're just gonna see, I don't know, I might get 2, I might get 3 pints. I don't know, and we're gonna process them for 20 minutes in the pressure canner. So dark. Oh, it really smells like kind of like French onion soup. It's almost like an onion broth because I use a lot of onions. Look at that. How pretty that is. There's a few little specks. It's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's all cooked. Or you can use a cheesecloth if you want to. While that's going, I just want to show you I'm cleaning out my freezer because the freezer that is attached to my fridge is not, it's freezing, but it's not to that point yet, and so a lot of this stuff has gone bad, so I'm just getting rid of it. The freezer out in the garage is perfectly fine. The freezer downstairs is perfectly fine. So I'm just going through. If there's a few things like berries or something I can salvage, then I will. Butter, stuff like that, you know, that's fine. Okay, we got 5 pints out of that. So that is just, and most of them have CO'd, you can see, except for this one so far. A veggie broth of scrap vegetables you just throw in your freezer bag and throw it in the freezer. And when it's full, you add water to it and you make broth. Okay, you guys, so I know this week did not go as planned, but you know what? All that matters is that we're okay. Our house is okay. I did throw away 3 bags of stuff out of this freezer here and 3 garbage bags. They were heavy, but everything was just wet. It was just wet in there. And I don't know if this freezer is like totally different than the one out. You know what I mean? You think a freezer is a freezer, right? It would freeze the same, but I did turn it up. I don't know if it got bumped and it never, I don't know, everything was totally fine in there before we'd lost power. So I don't know, but anyway, I got rid of pretty much most of it, except for like some of my berries, stuff like that. I'm okay with those. I had some low-carb bagels in there. I left those. Those are fine. And that's about it. So I turned up the freezer. I'm hoping it's okay and it'll start freezing again. I did get to clean it, so hey, that's a bonus, right? So always try to find the positive, right? So anyway, and give yourself grace. So this week we didn't get tons done, but we got stuff done still. I did get to clean the freezer, and we're okay. So that's all that matters. So anyway, and I could have lost a lot more meat. Thank God the freezer out in the garage was okay and the one downstairs is okay. Now I do have some water in my basement, so this is why I'm a hot mess now, because I've been down there trying to suck it up and I got the blower down there. Not a lot, but there is water. It is damp because the sub pump went out. Or it didn't go out, but it, you know, didn't have electricity to it. So anyway, it is what it is. It's not how I thought the video was going to go, but you can't always go with that, right? Life throws you these little things and you take care of them. So we did get a few things done this week. I'm super excited about them. And now we got some other stuff coming up, and I will see you on the next one. So every bit counts challenge. All this counted. It's all great to have on your shelves or get done. It just proves the point, right? This was like the perfect point that I needed that soup off my shelf so I could use it for a lunch because I lost some stuff, you know what I mean? So that's when it matters. So perfect video for this, right? Cheers. Okay, real quick, I want to show you, I let it go probably from a good 18 hours, I think. But there we go. Look at them. They are so I'm just going to store them in an airtight container. Okay. If you were wondering if they're super crunchy, they're not, but they're crunchy on the outside, and they're really good. Well, they're good. Alright. Just want to share that with you. Those came out really good.